So for all of you audiobook lovers, I am doing weekly readings from my book, Wounded to Warrior, How to Participate in Your Own Rescue. If you want to catch the first part, it is on my YouTube channel. I read the letter to the readers. I'm going to read the foreword today, and it was written by my husband, Chris Owen. Romans 8:28 came to mind while I contemplated my thoughts as Tiffany's closest confidant. Tiffany and I have been together for 13 years, filled with many ups and downs throughout. Every time we overcame a trial, we jokingly say, "That's another chapter for your book." Tiffany knew she was supposed to write a book since she was 6. However, we could never imagine it would be like the one you hold today. I wanted to be a part of this book in some way to share my thoughts and let you know that hope and change are possible. I'm writing as the person on the other side. The person whose loved one is struggling. The person who's spent an extended period praying with tears, wondering if God was punishing me, if God made a mistake, or if it was ever going to get better. Well, it does and can get better. God doesn't make mistakes, and He's not punishing you. He's refining you in the process and qualifying you to help others who may be going through a similar situation. At the time I am writing this, Tiffany has been sober for about 17 months and is practicing daily everything she prescribed in this book. I am astounded at her level of commitment to her non-negotiable daily routine. I have witnessed her become a totally different person by practicing what she preaches. I am in complete awe and have fallen in love with her all over again on a much deeper level. The things she writes down come to pass over and over again. Tiffany is being radically transformed into the person God intended her to be right now. She is 100% committed to doing the work, and she always takes personal responsibility for her part. So if you're questioning and doubting at this moment, please stop. Give yourself permission to think differently. You don't have to know how or where your thinking will take you. Just do it. God will work out the rest. One thing I know, God fulfills His promises, and as I stated when I started, Romans 8:28 is the perfect promise to take hold of for your personal situation or loved one. And we know God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose for them. Never doubt that God has your best interest in mind, and everything works out for the good. Keep praying and believing. God has something amazing in store for you. Chris Owen, Tiffany's husband. So my husband wrote that to share his perspective of being the loved one of someone who has struggled with PTSD, mental health issues, abuse, trauma, and addiction, and suicide attempts. I also had my daughter write something, or I asked her to write something as well. She's 22 and she's married and she lives in Australia, but I thought it would be a good opportunity for the child of someone who has struggled with suicide attempts and addiction, kind of her perspective of what she's been through and how she sees me. So this was written by my daughter. Today, my mom is a vastly different person than she was during my childhood. As I am now in Australia, I have been watching her transformation from afar and cannot be prouder of her. During my childhood and teenage years, my mom was quite unstable due to the various forms of trauma she experienced throughout her life. I never knew what I was going to get from her, as she was constantly up and down, using alcohol as a coping mechanism. I hold absolutely zero blame towards her, as she is simply a human being just like the rest of us. She experienced horrendous events throughout her life. That being said, her trauma affected everyone around her, and she was not at peace with herself, nor was she able to regulate her emotions properly. Moving forward in the past year and a half, I have noticed a tremendous change in my mother. She is regularly happy and positive, and she is completely sober from alcohol, which benefits my stepdad, my little brothers, her friends, and most importantly, herself. I could have never imagined that my mom would truly heal so drastically, but she has. I see a positive difference in her more and more every time I speak with her. She truly is an incredible woman. I wouldn't wish to be the daughter of any other. So, I'm going to end there, and we will get into the introduction in chapter 1 next time. So, stay tuned. I will put the link in the comments of how to purchase my book on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It is not only my story, it is tools that will dramatically transform your life like they have mine. So, my pain is my purpose, and I hope this book blesses you.